Hi, my name is Michelle Bain, and this message is for Jennifer. Jennifer, you and I met in May of this year to discuss how the Youth Advocacy Office, of which I'm the founder and CEO, and Riipen could work well together. We have a great history with the youth through Riipen, through our nonprofit organization, Youth Empowering Youth, and under the great advice of the federal government, we registered a national legal practice in 2024 that can address the youth advocacy issues that are happening. And from a policy perspective, we are just divinely aligned with timing with the current federal government and the makeup we have there in terms of their policy development push, as well as the work boots on the ground provincially and in the municipalities, both urban and rural, and everyone in between, to really create lay the groundwork for a culture of Section 19 conferences. So this is my intro video that I promised you. I love to come at people just live and honest and real. I've got my notes and my screens open, so don't mind if I'm moving around a bit. I just want to give you a sense of what it is we're here to accomplish. So included in this package is our intro video, of course. That's this. Hi, as well as our executive summary of the Youth Advocacy Office and what we intend to accomplish. Also included is our 12-week engagement program overview. This is for police and correctional officers, child welfare and other social workers, as well as legal aid lawyers from across the country, and the judicial officers, judges, and justices of the peace, who are all a really integral part of the Section 19 conferences. What we've expanded recently, because of my work as a health lawyer doing mental health law across Ontario, is a component to add in healthcare professionals who are engaging with young people, because there are so many voices that are relevant at the Section 19 table. But let me not jump ahead. Let me just provide a brief reminder of what a Section 19 conference is all about. Section 19 conferences are under the Youth Criminal Justice Act, of course, Section 19 itself, as well as corresponding Section 18 and surrounding sections, talk specifically about the impact of restorative justice on young people who have committed crimes of all degree, and how important it is to have an off-record but formal meeting of all parties with victims potentially included, and how if we handle those scenarios in a criminal context appropriately, we have seen documented evidence across the country and internationally in the UK, in Australia and New Zealand, in the United States, of reductions in recidivism rates, meaning less crime from young people when we take these steps and we take them seriously and we do them effectively. If we want to attack systemic issues and systemic barriers and systemic biases, we have to come at it with a systemic approach. And that's what we're offering at the Youth Advocacy Office. Thankfully, we are in a policy just firestorm right now of having the federal government providing an even bigger platform than they had previously when we met with a number of different MPs at the federal level, not to mention the folks at the provincial level. But currently, we are really focused on filling an operational gap. Most of the new and current MPs, including the amazing Anna Gainey, who's our new Secretary of State and is focused on child and youth, are policy oriented, and I'm glad I've done a lot of policy work, but they support youth justice in principle. They're not necessarily on the ground building culture, community, and infrastructure and implementation models. In my experience, Section 19 conferences require local leadership, restorative training, practitioner engagement, and cross-sector collaboration. That's the big piece. All of which really positions us uniquely to say we are the how and not just the what or the why of how you create a culture of Section 19 conferences and track that progress and reduce recidivism rates across the country. We also have a phenomenal policy window right now. There is the political will, there's a political need, and there's the proposed solution that we are offering that all align. And the best part is our solution comes in at a fraction of the cost, and we are not asking to create an entirely new bureaucracy of a youth advocacy office. Not that that would be a bad thing, but our solutions are dovetailing with existing federal legislation that has been documented and proven by the Department of Justice's 2022 feasibility study to work. So I'm also going to include the feasibility study in the email package that I'm going to send you, just for reference purposes in case you wanted to see it. We have a tested, research-informed, and implementable strategy that we want to roll out now, and we can give out great learning and job opportunities to young university and college students who might be interested in mental health, interested in the law, interested in social justice or child welfare or social work. There are so many different, even education, there are so many different avenues that this can address. We are also the strategic glue. Our approach is not in competition with the federal actors. It's the complementary glue. We are connecting to jurisdictions across provinces. I work primarily with rural communities that don't have a lot of resources around. That's why the Section 19 conferences worked so well. When I worked in the Lindsay and Minden area, you had to really lean on each other and the resources that were available and the funding that was available to you. We can translate legal theory into accessible youth and community practices and engage young people where they are. And I want it in their cerebral cortex. I want it in the mind of the police, the judges, the lawyers, and the young people, and anyone else involved. Is this case a good idea for a Section 19 conference, which is a really important roundtable discussion with all of the relevant actors about the accused, about the victim, and about all the parties who can help reduce the likelihood of this young person ending up before the courts again. And this is not pie in the sky or airy-fairy. We have the documented proof that Section 19 conferences work. And Quebec and the Yukon have already moved into Section 18, so they've created a whole system within their justice arena that builds this in. In Alberta, they already have a fetal alcohol syndrome disability court, an FASD court, already designed and operational. We need to start sharing this information across provincial lines because the kids are also being transferred within the child welfare system across provincial lines. We also are going to hold credibility with both the legal profession and the advocacy world. And you'd think those would be the same, but there's a lot of overlap and similarity, but there are a lot of siloed differences. Finally, we provide vision, voice, and infrastructure for something they're barely beginning to conceptualize, which is do the Section 19 conferences, engage with the legal aid lawyers like myself, give them a line item if you're going to have the per diems who are the paid private counsel lawyers who are going to step in those smaller jurisdictions so it's easy for them to bill legal aid. Make it straightforward, make it simple, and have that thought in people's minds. Is this a case for a Section 19 conference? Can we help reduce the likelihood that this young person will be behind bars again? This is legacy work, and we've worked on our own for a long time. We had a small team through 2018 to about 2021, but based on budget and other challenges, we weren't able to hold them together. So we're looking to increase the team. We have a specific list of folks we're looking for. We're not trying to create a whole bureaucracy. We're looking for a maximum of 4 to 5 people, and all the roles are already spelled out. So when we chat again, if you have some time, I'd like to share with you what roles we're looking for the students and what roles we're looking to fill. And if you can also help us push forward this national agenda, that would be amazing. This is the really great time to push. The doors are open. The language has changed, the portfolios align, and now name, voice, and leadership needs to be unmistakably in these rooms, and the opportunities to learn, grow, and be employed as young people. We are ready to come back to Canada summer jobs in 2026. We only took a break in 2025 because we weren't sure where things were going, and now we're a lot more confident. So I really would love to connect with you. I'd love you to take a look through the materials that we have and then help us build out a web presence that would not just attract talent from the young people and the students that you work with, but would grab the attention of the federal and provincial individuals who we really want that work to be placed in front of. So again, this has been a long intro video. There's a lot more I'd like to tell you about, but please take a look at the attachments that I've sent along, and we will take it from there. I'm so excited to connect with you. I can't wait to tell you about all the great things we're doing, but I'm actually really excited for you to see the website from the previous Be Social Justice Professional Corporation, where we started our research and really pulling together things from Ontario. We have a landing page for the Youth Advocacy Office now. We're really in the mode of rebranding the Youth Advocacy Office from coast to coast to coast in Canada. And we know that connecting with Riipen is the right move right now. And we'd love to start that recruitment come fall of 2025. But we need to be poised and ready, and we do need a bit of a support with funding from the federal level so that the provinces are supported. The legal aid lawyers know that the opportunity exists. The judges know what the expectation is, and they can move forward. And the correctional and police officers are thinking, should I be requesting a Section 19 since I'm a first responder with this young person and this is the 5th arrest in 2 months? So we really look forward to talking to you again and for you to take a look through our materials. Thank you and have a wonderful day.